Hello students. So I hope you all have solved the worksheet of chapter 1 that I have given you as your homework. So let us see the answers of the worksheet. Now we will discuss the answers here. Later on I will put the answer key of this worksheet in your group so that you can check it again. We will discuss it here now. So first question is, source of oil or ghee is, options are plant, animal, wood, and both first and second. So you know that oil we get from plant and ghee from it is an animal product. So the answer will be fourth, both first and second. Second question is, honeybees are kept in. So you know that honeybees, they are used for apiculture, and there is one more term which is called apiaries, which is used for apiculture. Apiaries are the artificial beehives in which honeybee are kept. Okay, so the answer will be second, apiaries. Next is, which of the following is not an animal product? So out of these, let us see the animal product. Meat is an animal product, milk is also animal product. Tea leaves are not an animal product, it is a plant product. Curd is also an animal product. So option C, third, will be the correct answer. Third will be the correct answer. Next is, the rearing of honeybees on a large scale is called, you know that, it's apiculture. So it is called apiculture. Animals that eat only plants and plant products are called herbivores, because we have already discussed the types of animals, of three types of animals: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. So I hope you remember that herbivores are plant eating animals. Which of the following is a parasite? Human, crows, cockroach, and leech. So out of these, fourth option, leeches, is correct one, because leech is an ectoparasite which suck the blood of human. Next is, match the let me repeat it again. First answer is fourth part, second is second option, third is third option, fourth is second option, fifth is first option, and last one is fourth option. Now let us see the match the following. First is plant eating, so its correct option is fourth, herbivore. Second is flesh eating, so correct option is flesh eating are carnivores. Its correct option is first. C, both plant and flesh eating, correct option is second, omnivore. And which feed on dead plants and animals, correct option is C, third, decomposers. Okay. So let us see the next one. Write the edible part of the following plants. So first option is carrot. It is a kind of root. So correct answer is root. Cauliflower. It is a flower. Correct answer is flower. Guava. It is a fruit. So correct answer is fruit. Potato is a modified stem. So correct answer is stem. Spinach, we eat leaves of spinach. So correct answer is leaf. Next part is, write the food item eaten by the following animals. Take help of the clue given. So first is cat. So what does it eat? It drinks milk. So the correct option is, answer is milk. You can use the clue given here. Second is lizard. So lizard eat insects because it is a carnivore. So correct answer is insects. Next. Next one is lion. So lion is a carnivore. So it eat meat. Next, fill in the blanks. We eat dash. We eat the dash of an onion plant. So onion plant is a modified stem. So answer is stem. Dash is an omnivore. Omnivore, one example you can give. Human you can write, or crow you can write. Next, state whether the following statement is true or false and rewrite the false statement correctly. Crows have sharp and pointed beak which help in eating the variety of food items. So its correct answer is true. Yes, they have a sharp and pointed beak so that they can eat both food grains as well as insects because they are omnivores. Next, we should avoid using modern method of agriculture. So its answer is false. Why we should not avoid? Because we should not avoid the modern methods of agriculture. We should use modern method of agriculture because they will help us to grow more and more crops that can take over the demand, that can fulfill the demand of the food by different people of our country. Okay, so next question is, squengers keep the earth clean. Is it true or false? It is true, because squengers are those organisms which feed on dead organisms. So these dead organisms, they will be removed from the earth by squengers, so it will obviously clean the earth. Next is, some herbivores have a pair of sharp incisors in both the jaws. So herbivores, you know that this is a false statement, because herbivores are plant eating animals. So they require a wide teeth so that they can easily chew the plants. They have to eat raw plants, so they are easily chewable by wide teeth. So it will be a false answer. So first is true, second is false, third is true, and fourth is false. Let us see the answer the following. What is meant by food chain? So food chain we have already discussed. Definition you can write here. Decomposers. Decomposers are those organisms which clean the earth. How do they do that? Because they decompose the dead organic matter. We have already discussed the definition of decomposers. Next is, what is food problem and how it can be overcome? This question we have also discussed in the previous videos, so you can check the previous videos, or I will explain you again, because you know that food problem in India is very common, because the availability of food is less as compared to the population. So how can we overcome it? By saving more and more food, by growing more and more crops, and by storing food in a proper way so that the food wastage can be avoided. Next is, what are producers? So you know that plants are called producers because they produce the food for others by the process of photosynthesis. So plants are called producers. So this is all about the question answers, the worksheet of chapter 1, and the answers I will share with you so that you can check your answer sheet with the answers with the answer key that I will send you. Now we will start with the next chapter. So our next topic is balanced diet, and it is very important topic because from this you will be able to understand means how we can get all the nutrients from a single diet. So first, the food that we eat during the whole day is called diet. Means during the whole day, whatever we eat, either in breakfast, lunch, dinner, all the food together called as diet. But what is balanced diet? The diet contains adequate amount of all essential nutrients, roughage and water for proper growth and development of the body is called balanced diet. So that diet which has all the nutrients which is required by our body, roughage and water, all the three important constituents of food which is present in a diet is called as balanced diet, and that diet is required for proper growth and development of the body. So you are always suggested to have a balanced diet in your whole day so that you will be able to get all the nutrients required by our body for proper growth and development. So this is a balanced diet chart shown here. So first you have to remember the nutrients which we have already discussed. What were the nutrients? Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. So let's see how we can get it in a balanced diet. So here you can see we have make a chart here, and you can see here carbohydrates are required in 25%, means this chart has been divided into different portions on the basis of their requirement. So 25% of the balanced diet is formed by carbohydrates, 40% is formed by minerals and vitamins, 10% by fats and 25% by proteins. Now let's see, carbohydrates you can get from bread, from cereals, wheat, rice, maize. So they will include carbohydrate rich diet. Then from fruits and vegetables. So you should have fruits and vegetables in your diet. It will give you minerals and vitamins. Then meat, fish or beans. So meat, fish or beans, they will provide you proteins. So either any of the given foods, you should include any one at least, so that you can get a sufficient amount of protein in your diet. Next are fats. So fats, they will form 10% of the balanced diet, which will include milk and dairy products. So you should include milk or curd or cheese or other dairy products in your diet, so that you will be able to get sufficient amount of fats in it. And if we talk about roughage we can directly get from fruits and vegetables, like the simple fruits, like we have and water also you can get from fruits and vegetables, like juicy fruits are there from which you can get water. And water you should be included in the diet. You should take 2 to 3 liters of water a day. So you can see here, this chart will show you what are the things that should be included in your diet to have a balanced diet. So try to include all these things either in the breakfast, lunch and dinner, because you take 3 meals in a day. So all the things can be included in this. Like you can have bread, milk in the breakfast, you can have fruits in the midday as a midday meal, then you can have vegetables, curd, dal, pulses, rice, chapati in the lunch time, and you can also have some meat or fish in the lunch time, and milk you have already taken in the breakfast. And dinner time you can have some foods which are rich in fibers, like dietary fibers which have good amount of roughage in it, because it will be easy to digest, because at night our digestive system works slowly as compared to day. So this is all about the balanced diet chart. So I hope you will follow this diet chart and you will include all these foods in your diet, so that you can have all the nutrients which you for the proper growth and development of your body. So our next topic is deficiency diseases. As you know, all the nutrients in our body play very important role, and they should be taken in a proper amount by our body through our diet. But if they are not taken in a proper amount, so the lack of these nutrients may cause the diseases called deficiency diseases. So in this chapter we will study about let us see here the different deficiency diseases. First is protein deficiency disease. If there is a lack of protein in the diet, then there can be the chance of having protein deficiency disease. So we have kwashiorkor in this. We will study in detail the symptoms. I will show you the picture also, how the child looks when he is suffering from this disease. Next is protein, fats and carbohydrates deficiency disease. Means protein, fats and carbohydrates are not present in sufficient amount in body. This is also called as PEM, protein energy malnutrition. Protein means due to protein deficiency, and why we have used the word energy, because fats and carbohydrates are energy giving foods. So if these three are not there in the diet, then it is called PEM, that is protein energy malnutrition. For example, marasmus. So we will study in detail about marasmus in this. Next is we have vitamin deficiency diseases. The different vitamins will cause different symptoms, different diseases if they are not there in proper amount in our diet. And next is mineral deficiency diseases. Due to the deficiency or lack of minerals in our body, we will have 2 tables given in your book. I will show you the type of vitamin, the deficiency will cause which disease, and how we can cure that disease by taking which type of foods. Okay, so let us see here protein deficiency diseases. So as I already told you that the deficiency of proteins in the diet can lead to disease called as kwashiorkor. So this disease is common among children of 1 to 5 years of age. Let us see the symptoms of the disease. Stunted growth means the child is not able to grow properly. Skin becomes dry and scaly. skin becomes dry and scaly, patchy. Hair becomes reddish and begin to fall. Here they become reddish in color and they begin to fall. The body swells due to retention of water, and in this is also called edema. In this, water is retained inside the body, due to which the body swells. This condition is called edema. Limbs means like legs and hands. Especially the legs become thin and bony. So here you can see thin and bony leg in the child suffering from this disease. Large pot-like belly. So this is the protruding belly. Here you can see the protruding belly of the child. So this is a large pot-like belly. And bulging eyes. The eyes are bulged outside. So here you can see the reddish hair, the bulged eyes and protruding belly and thin and bony legs. So these are all the symptoms of the disease which is due to protein deficiency. So here you can see a child suffering from Kwashiorkor. Okay. Now, as I already told you about PEM, lack of carbohydrates, proteins and fats in the diet is called PEM, that is protein energy malnutrition. So let us see the next disease here. We have already studied about marasmus. So in marasmus, the symptoms are the following. Body becomes very lean and thin. तो इसमें क्या होता है, child बहुत ज़्यादा thin हो जाता है because of lack of nutrition, and so weak that the child may not be able to move. So the child is not able to even move. It is so weak. Skin becomes dry, thin and wrinkled. So here you can see the wrinkles over the skin, and skin becomes very much dry, that the ribs are you can see here the ribs showing through the skin. So ribs are shown out of the skin because skin is very, very thin. Ribs becomes very prominent. So here you can see the prominent ribs because they are visible even from the skin, because skin layer is very thin. Then sunken eyes. Sunken eyes means eyes जो है वो थोड़ी अंदर धस जाती हैं. So here you can see the sunken eyes. Like in this case, in the previous one, the eyes were bulged, but in this case, the eyes are sunken. Unable to digest and absorb food and may suffer from diarrhea. So the child is not able to digest food, so it may lead to diarrhea. Diarrhea means the condition in which the food is not digested in the body, and loose stools are passed out through the child. So these are the various symptoms of the disease of the child suffering from the disease marasmus. So here you can see the child suffering from this disease. Now let us see the vitamin deficiency diseases.